a religion that only cares about a set of rituals, in our philosophy as Muslims, we say that's not a religion.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam alaikum.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. To you. When it comes to Islam, Islam gives us solutions. The main concept of belonging to Islam is to feel that your life is organized, peaceful. You live in a just society. You cannot just worship God and religion is not giving you any solutions for your problems. And that's why Islam gets into organizing your life. So there is something also to pay attention to. I'm talking Muslim. I'm not talking about a believer. Because you might be a Muslim, but you're not a true believer. In Islam, a Muslim is any person who is truly, believe there is no God but Allah and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his last messenger. That's a Muslim. You tell me he does not or she does not pray or fast or do this and that, still a Muslim. But we have good Muslim, we have bad Muslim. It's like when you get your citizenship. And when you get your citizenship, you might be a good citizen. You pay taxes, you conform with by the laws. You do your homework, you contribute to the society. You're a good citizen. Someone may not be a good citizen, yet still he has what? A citizenship. To get your citizen sometimes is very complicated. You wait in line, you wait several years, get your green card. Company might apply, for your visa, then green card, then it's a longer process sometimes. Might take 10, 15 years, 1 year, depends. In Islam, if you feel and you believe that you belong to this religion, just by saying La ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, right away you are a Muslim and you have the rights like any other Muslim. I don't ask for a proof. I'm not going to take you to the lab and do MRI scan to see, hey, are you a good Muslim, bad Muslim? You are doing it because you are a hypocrite or not. No. And you get your benefits right away. Now the question is, what kind of benefits you're talking about that Islam provides me with? Allah. As a Muslim, you have rights in Islam. You don't see it in other religions. You don't see it in other communities. You don't see it in other ideologies. We're going to discuss. We cannot talk about it all, but it's very important. So when I see a Muslim coming in and declare that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger, that person has rights on us. And he has rights as a Muslim that we have to observe, regardless whether he is a good believer or not. And here comes our responsibilities, brothers and sisters. Sometimes we take things for granted. I am Muslim. Okay, good. What else? What I'm benefiting of Islam? Some people, they think Allah needs our iman, our faith. He needs us. It's totally the opposite. Islam was founded from day one, since Adam, to help you, to protect you, to improve your life, to make you a real human. And that's why we say Islam is to submit yourself to Allah, not to your lust, not to your desire, not to your revenge, not to your weird ideas here and there, not to injustice. And that's why Islam starts from Adam. but crystallized all the way. That crystallization was completed by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's why as a Muslim, you cannot be Muslim if you deny Jesus. You cannot be a Muslim if you deny Moses. You cannot be a Muslim if you deny Noah. You can't. You are a Muslim, you believe in God and His messengers, and the last one is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what's the story behind religion? I said this before and here I repeat it. The story, you can simplify it in one of the verses in the Quran, which is chapter Al-Hadid. Al-Hadid means iron. Allah said, we send our prophets لَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُولَنَا بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ with the clarifications. That means what? That means knowledge. There is no place in Islam for superstitious ideas, illogical one. There is always what? Evidence, proofs, clarifications, logical thinking. لَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُولَنَا بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ we send our messengers with the clarifications. And with them, we provided them with the balance. That means what? لَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُولَنَا بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأَنزَلْنَا مَعَهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْمِيزَانَ with the book and the balance. For what reason? Main one. لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ for justice. You have to be just person. Whether you are happy or sad, whether you are satisfied or angry, whether you are well educated or ignorant, whether you are young or old, whether you are female or male, you have to be what? Just. And this justice is very important to improve humanity. Without justice, people, they are going to ruin in a way or another their civilization. So that's why Islam started this way and put rules to make that justice well-founded and well-followed. Example now, how Islam, what kind of things that Islam provide to us as Muslim, whether we are new to Islam or we were born Muslim, no discrimination. What are those good things that Islam, gave us to organize our life? I'm gonna give you some ayat, and narrations. But keep in mind, we have two things here. We have external benefits and we have internal benefits. To be a Muslim, you have internal benefits. Like what? When you belong to Islam, Islam works on your spirituality. You start feeling special level of tranquility, peace, balance. You feel there is a power protecting you, helping you, listening to you. You are not by yourself. Even when it comes to critical things, when it comes to death and life, you are not going to be that worried about your future. You get into your car, you are afraid of accident. You meet someone, you are afraid of viruses. You eat certain food, you are afraid, you are worried about what's my lifetime, how long I'm going to stay. You might feel pessimistic if you don't have a good, solution for this kind of worrying. Islam is telling you, no matter what happens, you're going to come back to Allah, and Allah will compensate. You feel there are some stuff beyond your capabilities. You do not see it properly. You are worried about it. Islam will tell you, call God. Allah is with you. Allah is everywhere. Allah will answer your call. So always you feel that protection, and always you feel that you are being helped. And this is very important. On the top of that, brothers and sisters, go with the statistics. Go make comparison between a good Muslim society and atheist society. Now, You tell me, yeah, that country is full of atheist people and it is well improved and well organized, and the other country, they have very good, believers, and yet it is not. This is just physical, materialistic comparison. I'm talking now about inner. When a person of them, those who do not believe in God, get hurt, you see him overdosed, committing suicide, getting drunk, while a person who is a Muslim, a good Muslim, he rushes or she rushes to the mosque or start calling God or asking for a help from God. We see this. And that's why you see in a good Muslim societies, if there is any failing, you're not going to see high, murder rate, overdose people, just name it. No, we don't have this. Now make a comparison now between the society that is believing in God and the society does not believe in God, just, working, making money. Check now our country nowadays. How many people are overdosed? What is the percentage of divorce? What is the percentage of a crime? What's the percentage of dysfunctional families? 70 or 60% of the lawyers of the world are in USA. I mean, comparing to, quota, Okay. Issues, lots of issues. Though USA supposedly is a society that believes in God. In America, we are considered, a nation that believes in God. We're not shy, we're not afraid of that. But the materialistic factors took over. That's what I'm trying to say. Faith is in our hearts in this country, maybe. But practically, it's on the shelf. We keep it in the church. While Islam is telling you, no. You cannot just be a mu'min, a good guy in the mosque. Once you get out of the mosque, you turn everything off and you put your shaitan autopilot. Does not work. Okay, does not work. So now what are the things that Islam can provide me as a Muslim other than internal? We have external solution. Once you belong to the platform of Islam, Islam right away give you solutions and rulings. You don't see it in Christianity. You see it in Judaism. In Christianity overall, you believe in Jesus. Jesus loves you. Happy family. Go home. Okay? Good for you. In Islam, no. In Islam, you want to make salah, make wudu. What's the relation between salah and I have to clean up my, certain organs, or, I'm not allowed to have a blood on my hand or something, we call it dirty. Why? That's very important. I'm trying to reduce, one of the wisdoms, I'm trying to reduce what? Spreading diseases. Because if you come to the mosque and your hand is blood and it has TB, TB does not die, isn't it? By itself, it's not a virus. The doctor is here. It can stay encapsulated in a drop of blood, I don't know for how many years, isn't it? It's not like a virus. So you have a blood on your hand, and because you have a TB disease, let's say, and you start spreading it, forget about coughing now. You start spreading it. You have in Islam, you are not allowed to pray, for instance, and your hand is dirty. You get, let's say, urine on it. You cannot come to the mosque and to pray. Go wash your hand. You are eating, you are drinking. Some blood drops into a cup of water. Throw it away. Don't drink it, because maybe the one after you is gonna drink it, and if you have herpes, maybe it's a problem. Okay, or viruses. So indirectly start organizing our health through what? Salah. What's the relation between Salah, which is a set of prayers, and be clean? So Islam look into it also as social network. how I'm gonna keep it healthy. Food, give you another example. You can eat food, all of a sudden, most of the stuff is halal, okay? Especially if you're vegetarian. All of a sudden, this meat is haram. Why? What's the relation between worshiping God and you tell me you are not allowed to eat a meat that is not halal? Why? What do you think? What's your answer? If I bring, two animals, same kind, same type, they are slaughtered the same way, and they have been fed the same way. The only one here I said in the name of God, and you slaughter it in a certain way. And the other guy, he said, you know what, I'm gonna slaughter it the same way, okay, but I'm not gonna say in the name of God. Right away, Islam will tell you this is halal to eat, to consume, and this is haram. Why? Why? What's the relation between my belief as a Muslim and food I'm consuming? Well, yes.
I was going to say, because that makes sure that you only eat from other Muslims, you don't eat from non-Muslims.
It's not just this. Because in my philosophy, brothers and sisters, Islam is responsible about protecting your food resources. And that's why we read, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. Yani, when you are worshiping God, the advantages of it, I'm gonna provide you with food, and I want to protect you. That's why you belong to a platform called Islam, which we're gonna discuss later on. So what's the relation here? I'll give you the relation. Maybe I can say the first ISO 22000, certification was the concept of halal meat. ISO, anyone has here studied industrial engineering, Yes, ISO 22000, isn't it? So this is, I'm telling you, when you come to a Muslim market, you're not gonna question whether that meat was, dead in a very brutal way. In some states, it is legal to consume an animal that was hit on the road. Maybe you can sell them, I do not know, I forgot. In Islam, if you see a dead animal, you have no right to bring it to Islam, to the Muslim, market and sell it. Why? What do you think? Because there is something spiritual? Because it's gonna what? Gonna hurt people. Maybe it is not, clean. Especially back then, you don't have all this technology. You might cook it and it's not well done. So right away, when I'm saying this is halal, that means it went through procedures to protect your body. That's it. It's like, you go to organic community. Hey, everything is organic. You don't question. Okay? Once I say this is from Muslim market, that means it is fresh and it has been treated in a different way to protect me. That's one thing. Secondly, I am eating legitimate meat. It's not like someone bringing his dog passed away and slaughter it and sell it in the market. No, we say this is haram meat anyway. It's not halal, whether you slaughter it or not. It is haram. Pigs, one of the reasons they say, you're not allowed to consume pigs, pork. Why? One of the reasons usually we say because it's fat, because it might not be clean even if you cook it, but also Islam does not look at it this way. When you are raising pigs, that farm is going to be filthy and dirty back then. It's another problem. It's not just about consuming the meat, how you are going to raise it, how it's going to impact the environment. When it comes to Muslim market, you are eating certain known, meat, and it is a clean one. Is that clear? Now another reason, and this is also important. You only get meat from a Muslim market. So now who's controlling the Muslim market when it comes to meat market? Who's controlling it? Muslims. That means you are controlling the economy. Why? That means you're going to take care of the farms, you're going to buy a land, you're going to take care of the water, you're going to take care of the dairy product, yogurt, milk, jibna, cheese. You're going to be taking care of the leather, you're going to take, just name it. It's a market by itself. Because of what? Small thing called what? Halal meat. To you, it's halal meat. In Islam, it's a big thing of organizing your life. So you cannot just assume Islam is only about spiritual things. Also, it's finding you solution where? In your daily life, even the food that you are eating. Clear? This is another evidence. Third, when Islam started its first initial government, let's put it this way, it was in Medina. Islam right away, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what he did, he made treaties with the Jews, with non-Muslim, with the Christian. We do not attack you, you do not attack us. Was building bridges through dialogue. That place were to be lawless. The Prophet right away decided to make it what? Full of laws. Respect each other, understand each other. And that's why one of the ayat in Mecca was delivered, according to some Mufassirin, وَجَاهِدْهُمْ بِهِ جِهَادًا كَبِيرًا. That means make jihad through Quran, dialogue. To a point the Prophet said, maybe you are right, maybe I'm wrong. وَأَنَّ أَوْ إِيَّاكُمْ لَعَلَى هُدًى أَوْ فِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. Let's talk. Bring your proofs. He established a mosque that he welcomed everyone in the mosque, Christians, Muslims, Jews, come over and ask the Prophet. And that's what we do here in the community, by the way. And the doctor knows. We get so many Christians, they come over and they ask about Islam. They are more than welcome. In the time of the Prophet, they used to come to the Prophet, argue with him. Why it is that? How come you do not say Jesus is the Son of God? And just name it. A place for knowledge. That's third, brothers and sisters, I'll give you something you know, and we'll talk about now the other stuff, but something we practice every day. Salah. Look at the Salah. In Islam, we have two kinds of prayers. We have the prayers that we call it supplication. Oh God, help me. While driving, while sitting, while walking, in your bed, you pray. You pray to God. God help me. God help my parents. God help my family. That's a prayer. We have different kind of prayers. We call it Salah. That Salah, you cannot just use your words. It has certain shape. Salah, for instance, Subh, 2 rak'ah, you stand up, you bow down, you make sujood, you get up, 2 rak'ah. So the question is, why Allah made that Salah? I could have just sit on the chair and do all the Salah. No. You have to do some activities. And trust me, nowadays the activities is very priceless. Without the activity, we might stay on our, watching or staring at our monitors for hours. Salah will push you to physical action. The way you make sujood, one of the doctors was telling me, when you make sujood, that might help your, back, muscles. You stand up, you make sujood, you put your forehead on the floor. It's a cycle. And you don't fall asleep, because if I am just reading, wake up. But Salah will make you what? Active. Okay? And it represents your cycle and life. You are strong all the way, you start getting weak till you reach the floor. From dust to dust. Siyam, for the heaven's sake, I want to worship God. Why you're telling me I have to fast? That's a punishment. Yeah, but it's proven nowadays when your body is starved in certain ways, it can go and start attack bad cells. Clean it up, because I need calories. Islam. And that's why we say Islam is not for Arabia. And this is a very good point. Remind me to talk about it. Islam did not come for Arabia. Islam did not come for Arabia. It's a global religion. Some people, they say Islam is for Arabic people. No. Most of the things we see in Islam, Arabic people, they don't like. Imagine you tell them, hey, you're not allowed to drink and eat the whole day. It's a desert, man. They need water. They need to get hydrated. Imagine you are telling the Arabic people you have to wash your hands. How often they have water? They used to kill each other because of water. Islam said, hey, no, before you eat, wash your hands. When you want to make salah, make wudu, also washing your hands. You want to come to Salat al-Jum'ah, take a shower. You approach your wife, take a shower. It's a disaster. This is convenient for Arab people? It's not. It's not. It's the opposite. Even it is mustahab if you want to eat a fruit to wash it. That's Islam. So it's not for Arabic people. And that's another thing here. Those are not rituals. Those are more into what? Into your health. Okay, let's say a spoon had some blood on it. Can I just, eat it using that spoon? No, go wash it. You tell me it's not 100% clean, but this is at least the minimum. Even some animals, we make them najas. Najas. Why? I mean, what's the relation between you, Islam, and my life? Yeah, dogs are najas. And this is a big topic. We talked about it yesterday. Maybe we'll discuss it later. Why? Why a dog is najas, but a rat is not najas, a lion is not najas, elephant, a monkey, not najas, except a dog? Because how often you are going to be attached to those animals? Or roaches, how come it's not najas? Okay? But no anyone is afraid of it? Okay. Snake, not najas. Except what? Pigs and dogs. Why dog is najas? Because usually dogs, they are friendly. And back then, you think people, they used to give them shots? Dogs all over the places, they might be what? A source of diseases. What they call it? Rabies. So Islam said, hey, be careful, this might happen. You tell me now it's different life, we'll talk about it. But it has a reason. But how often you are going to bring a lion to your house and you make it, your pet? Oh. Okay? Or a snake, oh, this is my snake, how nice. Islam took this into consideration. Or if I want to say roaches or rats are najas, you are going to see people washing the whole house the whole day, It's harash. But yeah, it is a problem. It's not like, other animals, you're going to keep them home. And cats, they were considered what? Clean in Islam. Why? Because they did not create a problem back then like, dogs. Dogs, they are, animals that they might eat weird stuff, okay? Wild cat, usually, it's within the house, help the house, kill the insects, get, even snakes sometimes. And that's one of the hadith, they said, the cat is from Ahlul Bayt, not Ahlul Bayt. No, Ahlul Bayt means the owner of the house. It's one of the family members. And the hadith was not talking about our nowadays houses, okay? Limited small houses. You're talking about like in our villages, you have acres, garden, those were very helpful. So my point is, Islam took into consideration your health. Even Salatul Subh. Wake up for Salatul Subh. Habib, I want to sleep. No. Why? It's organizing your life. First of all, it's pushing you to sleep early as much as possible. Because if you do not, you are hurting your liver, you are getting your body intoxicated, you are overloading your heart. I'm not a doctor, but that's what I read. The doctor, inshallah, will talk about it. He has more experience, he's professional. Islam said, and also if you sleep a lot at a certain time, you might have, blood clots. So here, Islam says, hey, wake up for Salat al-Layl, get organized, get into that tranquility. Those are physical things. Economy-wise, we have in Islam, as a Muslim, you have the right as a Muslim, if you are poor, to ask for your aid. Like what? Like, nowadays, what do we have in the in the country here? Medicare, we have Medicaid, what else? Social Security.
EBT.
Huh?
EBT.
Okay, bridge card, good. In this WIC, we still have WIC, I don't know, okay. In Islam, we have khumus. 20% that khumus has to be spent where? On the benefit of Muslims. It's not for you to keep it in your pocket as a sheikh and have, a mansion, $25 million. You spread it. Or more, okay. Because I don't want to pick on anyone. No, the khumus, the idea, anything within a year, okay, you did not use extra money, you pay khumus on it, 20%. That money goes to the poor people. You start with your close relatives other than your mom and dad. Because your mom and dad, they do not deserve khumus, they deserve more than khumus. You have to pay direct payment for them. Those are direct overheads, okay? Also, it goes into helping the society. Khumus is among all Muslims, not just Shia. Shia, they have bigger image of khumus. Sunni, they have limited image of khumus. Yani, for Sunni, khumus could be if you are finding a big treasure expensive, you pay khumus on. And stuff like this. Shia, they say, no, anything that you earn, okay, within a year, and you did not consume it, use it, spend it, then whatever left over you pay khumus once on it, 20%. But 20%, if we are, imagine, if we are 1 billion nation, we are more, but let's say 1 billion nation. 1 billion nation, let's say they make average, every guy $10,000 a year. Do the math, 10,000 times 1 billion, and then get out of it 20%. You think you're going to find a poor person? No. It was a solution. And on the top of khumus, we have zakat. And those has to do with, farming. Cows and just things. And food stuff related. Okay? Zakat is way less. And other than that, how I'm going to support the community? You do something wrong. You were bad with your wife. You're going to repent. Islam will say, you want to do something also better? Give a charity out. I mean, you can buy her a gift. Okay, I advise you anyway. Okay? But also, pay a charity. Pay a charity. You missed Shahr Ramadan. You did not fast. Is there here kafara? Yeah, you have to pay money in addition to repeating that day. Zakat al-Eid, Zakat al-Fitra, during Eid, which is the happy moment, you pay out what? Zakat al-Eid, Zakat al-Fitra. Just name it. This is to organize our life. So this is economy-wise. Now we come to the dignity as a moral agent. Does Islam provide me with the freedom of speech? Yes. Yes. In Islam, there is nothing called a taboo question. You are not allowed in Islam to believe because it might be right. Show me the proof. Ask a question. Keep asking. Do not deny, because denying needs evidence. But also, do not be careless. When it comes to aqidah, when it comes to beliefs, you have to have what? Proofs. Talk. Argue. Open debates. Dialogues. That's why you're a Muslim. And that's what we learned from Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is important. What else? Social. Social is a big deal in Islam. I'll give you some examples from a hadith. Look at this. As a Muslim, what do you get if you become a Muslim? So once you are a Muslim, I don't want to go through this riwayat because I don't want to get out of time. But one of the things in Islam, once you are a Muslim, I have to protect you. I have to make sure no one is harming you. I have to make sure no one is hurting you. No one is allowed to backstab you. There is no place for gossiping. If you are sick, we have to visit you. If someone deceased, we have to attend his funeral. You are not allowed to put a Muslim down. As Muslims, we are one